The Ring video doorbell was designed to let you see who's knocking, but it has been capturing so much more. People have been sharing some entertaining animal antics, everything from moose mischief to bathing bears. This dog uses his tongue to ring the doorbell as his furry four-legged friend stands innocently by, but his owner is onto him.
You were licking it. I saw you.
This daring duo falling from the roof lands safely. But sometimes things get a little scary. This frightened woman scales a column when a ferocious feline crosses her path.
Help me!
Before realizing this kitty is actually friendly. Sometimes sightings are from a distance, like these ducklings falling in line. Safer that way in the case of this bear. Don't forget to lock your car door.
Ah! Hey, chill.
This Utah man gets an unusual guest.
Yo, leave me alone, bro. Go.
In Alaska, a mama moose helps herself to a drink. On this court, the birds call the shot. So the next time you hear the doorbell, don't be surprised if it's not who you expect.
It's $1 million search for signs of intelligent life in the universe through Ring doorbell cams? Here's one submission after the Ring company offered a cool $1 million to any customer who could prove, with doorbell cam footage, that aliens exist.
There are so many that I've seen that have just been incredibly creative and fun.
The reward is tongue-in-cheek, and so are the submissions. This so-called alien seems to be after the Halloween candy. Then he comes after the Earthling. Turns out, he's just looking for a new helmet. And this alien is apparently eager to prove he comes in peace. His sign reads, "Been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty."
Is anyone home? I can't tell. I think there's a guy in there eating a sandwich.
Some submissions, frankly, didn't show a great deal of effort or resources.
I'm scared. I feel like I'm going to throw up.
And this alien could be better equipped, considering his journey from so many light years away.
Hello? Is anyone home? I forgot my pants on the spaceship.
Did anyone win the $1 million?
We have gotten a number of submissions that our expert is reviewing, so we haven't awarded the prize.
Wrestling a gator is probably not what this Texas police officer had on his to-do list. The Fulshear Police Department says they were called out to a suburban home for a possible intruder. The culprit was spotted on the front porch.
Oh, right there.
The officer had the equipment to capture the juvenile alligator safely, but he decided to go with his bare hands.
I got a pole, but this one's kind of small, so I'll grab it.
Even though the gator was small, his teeth were still sharp, and he clearly didn't want to leave his spot in the shade. Alligators are a protected game animal in the state of Texas. They are no longer endangered, but special permits are required to hunt, raise, or possess alligators. And when one shows up on your property that you'd rather not be there, homeowners are required to get official assistance to have the gator relocated.
Look at you, you're a hero.
The alligator was moved to a safer place, both for the gator and the humans.
It's the doorbell camera video that's raising a lot of questions today. A man walks out of a house, and in an instant, it looks like he's beamed up to outer space. Now the guy in the video is coming to Inside Edition to tell us what's really going on.
Are you witnessing an alien abduction? A homeowner in Houston walks out his front door, then with a flash of light, vanishes. It appears he's beamed up to outer space. Look again. So, did the man really go missing? Were you abducted?
I made sure that, I got back home for dinner.
Where were you?
I can't talk about it right now, so...
All joking aside, Larry Lewis explains what's really behind this eerie video.
I think it got caught up in the recording, and for whatever, the loop got stuck.
So it stopped recording and you had walked out of frame and it looked like you disappeared.
Right.
Mystery solved.
Ring cameras have captured all sorts of things, but what is this? The Florida homeowner thinks it looks like a baby dinosaur, just like something out of Jurassic Park.
It's the creature caught on surveillance video that has everyone asking, what the heck is that thing? The Florida homeowner is convinced it's a baby dinosaur. Dinosaur on the loose, agreed someone on Facebook. Lots of folks think it looks like Blue, the baby raptor from Jurassic World. Maybe Blue had babies and they are now in Florida. The sighting reminds many of that creepy video captured at a home in Colorado in 2019. The one that looked like Dobby, the elf from the Harry Potter movies. That mystery was never solved. Now theories are flying about this new spooky video. It looks like a sandhill crane. We get them in our yards all the time. And this looks like a dog with a leash dragging behind and cone on head. Sounds a lot more likely than a baby dinosaur.
Oh my.
It's cat versus mountain lion. Only a thin pane of glass separates this cat from the nasty predator.
Is that crazy or what?
The lion claws at the glass to try to get at the little kitty. The cat doesn't even flinch.
They even look back at me like, hey, are you seeing this? Look at this. Look at this. There's a mountain lion out here.
Comedian Tom Mabe is the guy who shot the amazing video. He was staying at a friend's house in Colorado.
There has been a lot of spottings of cougars and mountain lions in the area. But no, a cat has never come up to their back deck like that.
Comic that he is, Tom couldn't resist pranking his worried wife.
Where are the kids?
They're out back.
Tommy, are you kidding me?
Shh, you're gonna scare the cat off. They're still in bed.
That is not funny. You about to give me a heart attack.
Sounds like the mountain lion's not the only one ready to pounce.
You'll have to do a double take for this one. Watch this freakishly large lizard stand up on its legs like a human with its mouth on the doorknob as it tries to get inside this home in this video from Viral Hog. Not quite sure this reptile had permission for that. Therefore, we'll call this breaking and entering. The family from Thailand says they've named the animal Selena since it's a regular visitor at the home. Someone get these guys a fence.
Someone's knocking at the door. Who could it be? Is it Roxy?
This adorable mother raccoon just loves to knock on the window of Susie Chin's Sarasota, Florida home. In this video by Viral Hog, she begs for food when she notices that the cat's food dishes are empty.
What are you doing? Are you the cutest thing in the world?
Susie tells Inside Edition she's been doing this for the last year, and even when she throws the rock into the garden, Roxy the raccoon gets another one to tell Susie that she's hungry.
What are you doing, huh? Are you gonna come eat some food? What's up?
Susie loves animals and even volunteers at a local shelter, but she warns that they are wild animals and doesn't recommend picking them up or petting them. She posted the video because she wants to educate people about animals and respecting wildlife. Be sure to watch Inside Edition.
Who's there? It's Roxy the raccoon.
A mystery woman in shackles desperately ringing doorbells in the middle of the night. The disturbing video was taken by a doorbell security camera. Now, police are trying to ID the woman and determine whether her life is at risk. This is what we know. At 3:20 a.m., she rang the bell at a house in Montgomery, Texas, outside Houston. Are those restraints on her wrists? She seems to be wearing just a t-shirt, no pants. She's barefoot. After ringing the bell, she glances nervously down the street, then she's gone. What would you do if somebody knocked on your door so late at night? Homeowners have had different reactions. This total stranger furiously rattled the door and banged on the window of a home in Fresno, California recently. It was past midnight. In this case, the homeowner, a retired cop, pulled out a gun and called 911. The woman was cited for misdemeanor vandalism. And just 5 days ago, a woman in Toronto rang a doorbell, but nobody came to her aid as a guy dragged her away by her hair.
I'm gonna kill you.
The woman was later found safe. So what should you do if it's the middle of the night and this happens? I spoke to security consultant Steve Cardian.
Steve, what would you advise me to do if in the middle of the night this woman knocked on my door?
First of all, make sure you go to the door with your cell phone in hand. Take a look outside. Get a picture of what's going on the other side of that door. Dial 911 if that person's really in distress, and then direct them to go to the side of the house, back of the house, or hide behind something of concealment so if they're being pursued, they won't be seen.
Should I open the front door?
Not immediately. Make that assessment. Look at her body language. Look for other people. But don't open that door right away. You'll know whether you should let that person in.
Who's this dude wearing, of all things, a television on his head? And why in the world is he leaving an old-fashioned box TV on a stranger's front porch? It's a mystery that's baffling police outside Richmond, Virginia. It usually happens around midnight, and TV Dude is apparently fully aware he's on surveillance video. Watch him wave at the camera. As of this week, he's delivered at least 60 TV sets. One looks like a tube television set manufactured in 1986 by Toshiba.
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
These guys all woke up to a TV set left on their doorsteps.
I woke up to a bunch of phone calls telling me to check my front porch. So I did, and there was an old TV sitting out there.
Tell me what you saw on the Ring doorbell and what you thought.
I was like, whoa, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of creepy.
The three guys thought it was so nuts, they drove around the neighborhood pointing out all the TVs left on the front porches.
That's another big one.
This team just discovered the set on her doorstep. The guys were on the scene when police got there to investigate and loaded all the TVs on a truck. Max Schumann opened the front door to also find a surprise.
This is the TV that was left at my doorstep.
He says his brother took it apart to see if there was anything dangerous inside. They found it was a regular TV, old but still working. For now, TV Dude remains on the loose. But if he's going to be so generous, maybe he should consider leaving a more modern flat-screen TV. A black bear decides to pop by for a visit, using his mouth to open and close the doorknob.
Put his mouth right here and close the door.
But you wouldn't think it was a bear by the homeowner's tone. You'd think she was talking to a kid.
Close the door, sweetie. No, hon. The door. Close the door. Close the door. Good boy. Good boy. Close it. Close it. Oh, what a good boy.
Somehow, homeowner Susan Kehoe, who lives in Highland Lakes, New Jersey, knew this bear wasn't done.
You're going to open it again, aren't you?
Yes, he is.
Close the door, you little stinker.
Now, you might think it's unusual that a bear would open and close somebody's door, but take a look over my shoulder. I mean, just a few yards away, you could see these bears have really made themselves at home on Susan's property.
Susan tries again.
Close the door.
She says she feels confident she knows what to do so the bear won't get aggressive.
That bear was actually instinctivly reacting to your voice.
And they could tell by your tone of the voice, like if I talk like this, oh, what a good boy, or stop it. They'd know. Close the door. Close the door. Good boy. Go ahead. All the way, hon. All the way. All the way. Good boy.
And that's how you sweet talk a bear to take a hike.
All the way, hon.
When a visitor seems to appear out of thin air, a resident's reliable Ring doorbell was sure to alert her. But by the time she answers the door, the mysterious guest has already made his way inside and taken her seat, and helped himself to her drink. He disappears just as quickly as he appears, leaving the woman and the rest of us confused. Is this proof of life after death, or a well-played Halloween trick?
Cats are independent creatures and do their own thing on their own time.
Toby, you want to come in?
And this cat, Toby, was caught talking back to his owners when he wasn't ready for bedtime.
Love you too.
The California homeowners got stern with Toby to get him to come inside from his patio, or as they call it, catio.
Hi, Toby. Can you come in and get some yogurt? Hi, baby. Can you come in and get... I know. Come get some yogurt. I know. Come on in so you can have some yogurt.
Toby argued his case.
You need your Miralax. Come on, I know. Come on, Tobeans.
Would Toby eventually listen, go in, and take his stomach medicine?
Come in.
It doesn't look like it.
I know. Time to come in. Let's go get some yogurt. Come on. Oh, that's a good boy. Let's go.
Finally, Toby inched over to the entrance, but slowly, because he's a cat.
Come on, baby. Let's get some yogurt. It's bedtime. Come in.
The verbal back and forth lasted a bit longer. Then, success. Toby finally obeyed.
It's a good boy, and Mama has yogurt for you. Go. Good boy. That's my boy. See you in a few minutes.
Reporting live from my home. This is in front of my door. Can you see it? Yes, I am scared and I live in Florida.
When Metz Bahadir woke up to a loud noise outside, he was shocked to see a 10-foot alligator at the front door of his Florida home.
He's a mad 10-footer. Everybody, this is a 10-footer alligator in action.
The 30-year Tampa resident began videotaping the ordeal from the safety of his home. He called police, who then contacted a trapper to wrangle the gator.
Oh boy. Oh my God. Did you guys see him?
The dad of two says he has seen alligators around his community before, but not one this big.
I love animals. I'm a fan of every kind of animals, but I would have been really worried. You know, my son could have opened this door. If this was during the day, it would have been really bad.
Thankfully, Metz took a peek outside before opening his front door.
Never imagined it will be in front of my house. Yes, I am scared and I live in Florida. And I approve this message.
Blood-curdling screams ring out. A concerned resident goes outside to investigate. Captured on her doorbell camera are the sounds of a woman crying out for help. You can also hear a man's voice. It appears the cries are coming from this white car zooming down the street. This is the home where the camera captured the screams and the car speeding away. A neighbor told me she saw the struggle happening just 2 doors down, and it left her terrified.
The car was right here.
Car was right here, parked right here?
Parked right here. The butt of the car was right here. The front of the car was in the street. She looked like she was trying to get out when she seen us, and he snatched her head back and he sped it out.
Possible kidnap in progress. You heard screaming in the back.
Police tell us they're canvassing the Leimert Park neighborhood in L.A., looking for any clue that will lead them to the woman desperately calling out for help. Hey, how the heck did that get in here? It's an alligator roaming through a house. The 5-foot creature got in through the doggy door. This menacing coyote startled a woman in South Carolina when it got into her kitchen. Even a bear made use of this doggy door.
We live in a semi-rural area, and so we have possums and skunks and raccoons and squirrels and coyotes in the area.
Cindy Akayama says she's made sure the only thing that goes through her doggy door are her dogs.
I've got the best doggy door.
She uses a high-tech doggy door which will only open and close for her dogs. They wear special ultrasonic collars that will only activate the door when they're near.
It took about 5 minutes to train them on using the doggy door.
Nick Bonji is the president of High Tech Pet Products. He says using this high-tech doggy door offers more security than just a regular flap door.
Unwanted pets will not be able to get through this door.
A family got quite the surprise when their security camera alerted them that someone is at their door. They were away on vacation. So who was it? It was their pooch that escaped doggy daycare and ran all the way home.
Is anybody home? Can somebody let me in? Dexter the dog is ringing the doorbell at his home in Kansas, but no one is answering. His owners, Jeremy and Sarah Henson, are 1,000 miles away in Las Vegas, enjoying a week-long vacation. They got the notification on their phone that somebody was at their front door.
We were both like, oh my God, that's Dexter.
So, where did Dexter come from? Doggy daycare. He was supposed to stay there for 5 days, but he was so homesick, on day 3, he escaped.
From what I understand, there is a 6-foot fence that he would have had to gotten over.
He jumped a 6-foot fence.
Yeah, 6-foot fence. Or climbed the 6-foot fence, I'm assuming.
To find his way home, Dexter had to make a right out of the kennel and up to busy 87th Street, where he made a left. Then he made a right on Rose Hill and into the residential neighborhood. 90 minutes and 2 miles later, the lonesome Dexter made it and rang that bell. It seems like a miracle that he made it home.
Yeah, I know. He was bound and determined. Obviously, he didn't understand the fact that we were gone. He just thought that we were home, and he takes his job of protecting us very seriously.
Henson and his wife did what they could to calm Dexter down.
Hi, buddy. Good boy. Stay there. Oh, I know, buddy. I'm sorry.
Then Henson called the doggy daycare center folks, and they came over and brought Dexter back. Are you just astonished that he did this?
Honestly, no. He's very smart, and that intelligence can get him into trouble sometimes.
This guy sure looks like he's selling candy door to door, but something sinister is about to take place. Watch what happens when the homeowner in Stockton, California opens the door to buy a box of candy. Out of nowhere, 3 guys burst into the house. It's a home invasion. You can hear the woman screaming in terror. The Candyman takes off. Earlier that day, a neighbor's security camera caught Candyman trying to pull the same stunt, but this time the homeowner refused to open the door. He spoke to Inside Edition in a mask to protect his identity.
He was very fidgety. He kept looking over his shoulder. He was kind of like, rocking left and right, like he was just like very anxious or nervous about something.
Candyman leaves and heads across the street. Was he on the lookout for his next victim? And this is another terrifying home invasion. It happened in Oklahoma. The homeowner answers the door. Then suddenly he's trying to push it shut, but he's overpowered by 2 men posing as maintenance workers. One has a gun, the other a taser.
They pointed the firearm at the victim there in the living room, made him lie down.
There's a tussle. You can see the taser go off. They finally leave, getting away with his phone and keys.
Suspected burglars caught on tape knocking down front doors. It's easier than you think. Home improvement expert Jason Cameron says most doors are not secured properly when they're installed.
They just use nails to secure the jamb, and that's it, and they walk away from it. That's not secured.
How easy is it to kick down the door?
That was way too easy. That's ridiculous.
That was very scary, very scary. So my husband has some work to do this weekend in fixing the door.
Fortunately, there are things you can do to turn your front door into a fortress. First tip, instead of small screws, drill in 3-inch screws right into the frame. Second tip, install a large steel strike plate like this.
We've got 6 screws here that are in the framing, and we also have a much larger strike plate. This is a security strike plate because that's going to distribute the force.
Third tip, add a reinforcement lock that blocks the door from the inside.
What most people will do is they'll put it up here, okay? The problem with that is when somebody's going to kick your door in, they're not kicking up here. They're kicking down here. This is where they're going to kick. So you want this at the point of impact. This is rated for 800 pounds of force. You want to stop that force, put it where the kick's going to happen.
We put this fortress door to the test. Jason kicked the door 25 times. Back kick, even body slams. The fortress door holds firm. Homeowner Diallo Hall is on the other side.
Nobody's getting through there. That's amazing.
Now you can sleep better at night because nobody's busting this door down.
Can you open the door?
Police say this guy's trying to make homeowners think he's a cop and ringing doorbells in several Chicago area communities.
Can you open the door?
Wearing a sport jacket like a detective would, he even appears to flash a fake badge hung on his belt and makes like he's listening to some kind of police radio.
We're called in by a resident.
At another house, when someone opened the door,
Hi, sorry to bother you so late. I'm Jeff Rushmore with the Winfield Police Department. I'm an investigator.
he claims he's working on a missing person case and asks what investigators say were police-related questions. But police say he never made any threats or tried to enter the homes. Even more bizarre, when no one answers the door, he still stays in character.
640 George, individual's not answering the door.
Police put out these photos of real police identification, warning they will always identify themselves by uniform or credentials.
Can you open the door?
Looks like his so-called investigation didn't go anywhere. Days after alerting the community, police say they took several people into custody.
The mom whose security cameras captured that creepy creature is speaking out today, and she's really freaked out.
It's something you don't see every day.
This is the driveway in Colorado Springs where Vivian Gomez says the strange figure was recorded frolicking in the dead of night.
He opened the door because from the cameras you can see a shadow on the fence. Then he stopped at the front of the car and did a little dance. My camera only goes for 10 seconds, so it just cut off at that point.
Social media is going nuts. Some say it looks like an alien or an elf, like Dobby from the Harry Potter movies.
Such an honor it is.
Others have a more down-to-earth explanation. It's a skinny kid doing the chicken dance wearing underwear on his head. And guess what? Vivian has a 9-year-old son named Bobby.
Could it be your son Bobby just goofing around?
No, I wouldn't let him out at dark by himself.
What's Bobby like? Is he a goofy kid? Does he like dancing around?
He likes to play around and joke around, and he loves to dance.
Does he like to dance with his underwear on his head?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
So if it's not Bobby, then who is it?
I saw it and I was like, is that an alien?
Kelsey Eddy lives next door. She says there are no other kids in the neighborhood who fit the description.
I've never seen something like that in my life before. It just freaked me out a little bit.
Concerned citizens are flooding the local radio station.
I'm honestly just kind of scared. We need to start an alliance.
Vivian Gomez thinks whoever or whatever it was ran off into the field across the street. Who knows? Maybe he's still out there.
It's a brazen home invasion. 2 armed men burst into a house in Pasadena, Texas. 3 victims are ordered to the floor. Then, one suspect lifts one young lady by her hair and orders her to another part of the house. As the terrifying invasion unfolds, the parents, who are out for the evening, watch in horror on their Ring camera cell phone app.
Hey, who's in my house? I got you on camera. The cops are on their way. My neighbors are there. They're calling the cops right now. Y'all better get out of my house. Y'all better get out of my house now.
It is a terrifying incident. If you watch the video there, you can see what a traumatic incident it actually was.
Do you think the fact that they were talking to these robbers via Ring video, that had some impact on them leaving quickly?
As soon as that camera system activates and someone's talking to them saying, get out of my home, you can see how quickly they left.